Good morning. Today we are going to talk about the various sections of front office. So in this session we will talk about the basic terminologies, layout of front office department and brief explanation of the sub departments of the front office. One question for warm up. It is a nerve center as it is the key source of information pertaining to guest services. Options are housekeeper, bellboy, front office, public area supervisor. So the right answer is front office. Now we will talk about the function areas of front office. The front office is the contact point between the guest, management and other departments. It handles guest complaints, dispatches, housekeeping and engineering requests, prints and files reports, receiving and answers phone calls, and sends and receives fax. Thus, the front office personnel perform the following functions. Just to enumerate them or list them, first is selling hotel rooms to guests, accept advance bookings of hotel rooms, receive and register guests when they arrive at the hotel and assign their rooms, that is check-in and then registration of the guest. Then maintain the accurate room status information. There are various types of room status like occupied, vacant, dirty, out of order, out of service. Slowly we will talk about this, all these room status as and when the classes would be there, but basically you must have a fair idea that we have such room status which tells us the status of the rooms, like whether the room is vacant, dirty, out of order, out of service, sleeper room, skipper room, sleep out room, scanty baggage, right? So these are the different status of the guest rooms. Maintain guest accounts and monitor the credit limit of the guest. Handle guest demands and complaints. Prepare account statement of guests. Settle bills at time of checkout. Coordinate guest services like mails and messages. Safety deposit lockers. Handling of room keys. Making sundry payments on behalf of the guest. And providing information about the hotel facilities and services. So these are generally the basic function areas of the front office. Now we will understand that who is performing which function. So how many sections are there and which section is performing basically, or which section has a duty to perform such function. Again a poll. Front office or front of the house refers to which department? Reception, kitchen, housekeeping, operation. So right answer is reception. In this slide you can see the layout of front office. Now you actually at first glance you should see that the front office is divided into two sections basically. These are the front areas and these are the back areas of the front office. You might have also visited some hotels and entered into front office, maybe 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. You might have visited some hotels, and when you visit the reception of the hotel, you see a front desk, one lady or one gentleman standing over there, right? And there is a door behind that, and it's mentioned over there only for staff usage. Staff area, only for staff usage, means the guest entry is not allowed over there because that is the administration area of the hotel. So that side you have a different view and background. That side you have a non-guest areas which is known as the back area of the front office, and the front areas are those areas which guest can use or guest can visit over there, like reception, concierge, bell desk, doorman. These are the front areas of the hotel, and back areas are like telephone operator, telephone and telex, reservations department, front office manager's office, reservations, front office manager's office, PA to GM and GM's office, corridor, fax, We have a small room also in the back area where the fax, printer, scanner, photocopier is kept over there, right? So all these areas are the back areas of the front office, and all these areas like information, reception, cash and bills, travel desk, bell desk, lobby manager, GRE desk, lobby, main entrance, these are the front areas of the front office department, right? Dash is the area where visitors arrive and encounter staff, housekeeping, front office, financial, and food and beverage. In this slide, we will talk about the various sections of front office. Now, various sections of front office are reservation, reception, information desk, cash and bills, travel desk, communication section, uniform services, and under uniform services you have bell desk and concierge. Because these departments, although all the employees in the hotel are wearing proper uniform, but these departments maybe have a distinct uniform, right? Like bellboy will usually have a kind of a different uniform, a white uniform, so that they are easily traceable. Concierge, they might be wearing a long black coat, right, or different uniform. A doorman will have a different uniform, right? So that is why they are known as the uniformed services. Okay, so these are the various sections of the front office. Now we will talk about each section one by one. First is reservation section. The reservation section of the front office department of a hotel is responsible for receiving and processing reservation queries. Basically, they are taking all the bookings and reservations for the hotels. When we have a department in the hotel itself, it is known as the unit reservations. And sometimes in some hotels, the reservations are taken by the central department, which is known as the Central Reservation System, CRS, Central Reservation System, right? CRS, like Oberoi has a reservation center of OCC. The full form is Oberoi Contact Center. Like this, many hotels like Hyatt may has a reservation by the name of Image. Welcome Group has by the name of Welcome Net, right? So the hotels have their own reservation offices where centrally the reservations are taken for all the chain hotels. Means the guest is not calling individually to that hotel, rather they are calling the CRS. CRS stands for Central Reservation System, for the reservations of that chain, right? That is CRS. Layout of the reservation section. The location of the reservation section depends upon the size of the hotel and the volume of business of the hotel, and it is normally in the back area. It is never in the front area, because the guest will deal with the reception, not with the reservations. So you can see normally in a hotel, like these are the computer terminals lying over there, right? Computer terminals here, and the reservation assistants are sitting over there. Okay, this side you have reservation charts, fax machine, telex machine here, reservation manager's office is here, right? So, and this is the main entrance, and here will be the reception section, because reservation is usually at the back side of the reception section, because there has to be close coordination between the two. If any query is there, guest is standing outside asking about the reservation, so we can quickly check with the reservation section, right? So here you noted, I think, one term which is CRS, Central Reservation System. I again pinpoint that hotel can have unit reservations also, and the chain hotels can they can have their own CRS, Central Reservation Systems, right? A guest who arrives at a hotel without a reservation is no. So the right answer is walk-in. Now we will come to the reception section. This section of the front office receives and welcomes guests on their arrival in the hotel. The personnel of this section procure all necessary information about the guest to complete the registration process. So the functions of reception are, the following functions are performed by the reception section of a hotel: receiving and welcoming guests, completing the registration formalities, assigning the rooms, sending arrival notification slips to the concerned department. Earlier we used to send the arrival notification slips, but these days with the help of technology, we inform the entire hotel through our own communication system. Like the hotel may have their own property management system through the software, through WhatsApp, or through any of the latest technology of keeping the employees updated that this guest has checked in, right? But earlier, when technology was not there, we used to send a slip that Mr. Samir 501 has checked in, and we use send one trainee will go to all the departments and will notify all the departments that Mr. so and so has checked in, right? Then we have information desk. As the name suggests, the information desk provides information to the guest. It is manned by an information assistant. In a small hotel, the same function may be performed by the receptionist. The need of a separate information desk is felt in large hotels where the traffic of the guest is higher. Functions of information desk. Some of the functions of information desk are as under: maintaining resident. Resident means those guests who are staying in the hotel. Resident guest rack. Handling guest room keys. Coordinating guest mails, telegrams, fax, courier, parcel, messages. Providing information to the guest regarding hotel facilities and services or city information, etc. Handling guest messages and paging. So this is the duties of responsibilities of the information desk. Cash and bills. The cash and bill section records all the monetary transactions of the guest. It maintains guest folio and prepares the guest bills to be settled by the guest at the time of departure. This section is headed by a cashier. Function of the cash and bill section are as follows. First is opening and maintaining of the guest folios, guest accounts, guest folios. Posting room charges means room and taxes in the guest folio. Recording all credit charges in the guest folios. Maintaining a record of the cash received from the guest. Whatever cash has been received from the guest, or whatever the payments has been received from the guest from various modes of payment. These days many modes of payments are available. In earlier times it used to be cash only, but nowadays many mode of payments are available by UPI, by online transfer, by demand draft, by credit card, by debit card. So many modes are available these days. Preparing bills at time of checkout. Receiving cash or traveler's check or demand draft for account settlement. Handling credit or debit charge cards for the settlement of the guest account. Organizing foreign currency exchange for the settlement of the guest account. Short form is Forex. This we have also discussed in our previous session when we were talking about the importance of tourism. Remember, importance of tourism. Travel desk. The travel desk takes care of travel arrangements of the guest like ticketing, railway, reservation, sightseeing, tours, airports or railway stations, pick up or drop, etc. The hotel may operate the travel desk or it may be outsourced to an external travel agency. Functions of travel desk. The travel desk performs the following tasks: arranging pick-up and drop services for the guest at the time of their arrival and departure, providing vehicles on request to the guest at a predetermined rates, making travel arrangements like railway reservation, air tickets, organizing half-day or full-day sightseeing, arranging for guides who can communicate in the guest language. These are some of the functions of the travel desk. Functions of travel desk. Arranging pick-up and drop services for the guests at a time of their arrival and departure, providing vehicles on request to the guests at predetermined rates, making travel arrangements like railway reservation, air tickets, organizing half-day or full-day sightseeing, arranging for guides who can communicate in the guest language. in the guest language, right? Then we have a communication section. Communication section is a telephone operator who is handling all the calls for the guest, all inbound calls for the hotels rather. The communication section maintains a communication network of the hotel, which is generally quite complex. The hotel may have its own private branch exchange, PBX, private branch exchange, along with post and telegraph lines. Functions of communication desk. The duties of telephone operator include answering all incoming calls, directing calls to the guest rooms through the switchboard or EPABX, which is electronic private automatic branch exchange. Then providing information on guest services, answering inquiries about hotel facilities and events, protecting the guest privacy, coordinating the emergency communication. These are the major functions of the communication section, right? Like transferring calls to one and the other departments, answering all incoming calls. Somebody might be asking for general information. Can you provide me the address of the hotel? Can you provide me the PIN number? I want to make a table reservation? Certainly, sir. Please hold the line while I transfer your call to room service department or restaurant or table reservations department, right? So the basic purpose is to attend the calls or transfer the call to the concerned departments. Uniformed services. The uniformed services in the hotel include bell desk and concierge. Bell desk is located very close to the main entrance of the hotel. This section is headed by a bell captain who leads a team of bell boys and page boys. Functions of bell desk. The bell desk is responsible for the following tasks: handling guest luggage at a time of arrival and departure, escorting guests to the rooms on arrival, familiarizing the guest about safety features and in-room facilities, making sundry purchases for the guest. At request, keep the guest luggage in the left luggage room. Bell desk. The main purpose is to assist the guest with the luggage, and the people who are doing are known as bell boys, and the senior person is known as the bell captain, right? Senior bell boy, bell captain. And a trolley, we have a trolley in the bell section, which is known as the baggage trolley or luggage trolley. Responsible for escorting guests during check-in and check-out, attending to the luggage, and doing errands for the front desk. Options are bell desk, front desk, minibar runner, houseman. Then we come to concierge. The concept of concierges came from the days of European royalty. The concierge was a castle doorkeeper in those times. His duty was to ensure that all castle occupants were safe in their rooms at night. A concierge is often expected to achieve the impossible. Functions of concierge. The concierge provides the following services to the guest: making reservations for dining in famous restaurants, obtaining tickets for theatres, musicals, sporting events, arranging for transportation by limousine, car, coaches, buses, airplanes or trains, providing information on cultural and social events like photo exhibitions, art shows, etc. It is in this section that guests turn to for any kind of assistance like tour and travel assistance, directions to point of interest, confirmation of tickets and other services of this kind. First is out of these four, I hope you can guess the right option. So in this session we have discussed about the various sections of the front office department. Thank you.